Hello, people. We have a very distinguished guest with us today, actor turned HR, a very interesting personality who puts himself out and out. Quoting him, network is net worth. So let us find out about his net worth. Welcome, Rajesh.
Hi, thank you, Monica.
It's very interesting when I saw a few of your videos. Everywhere it is actor and then a HR. A very different combination, right? So, what do you choose? How this transition and what do you choose first, actor or HR?
I still will say HR.
You're still the head.
Actor was accident, HR also was accident, but this accident is better.
Okay, how did this accident
This
happen?
happened when one of my mentor, who was from the IT industry, so he said that why don't you finish your graduation and all that, and then come to corporate world. So that is when he was heading a company called DSK Software. His name is Chandrasekharan.
DSQ Software.
DSK Software.
Okay, one of the company where I took my initial, like one corporate interview if I attended in the initial stage, it was DSQ Software.
Okay, GR Complex.
It's T Nagar.
No, Nandanam.
Yeah,
Nandanam,
exactly like
correct.
that.
So that is where he was in. So and I think that was the third best company at that point of time.
Okay.
So he said, why don't you come and join and start working? So I went there as to join as an office assistant. So that is how my journey started. Then in the first 2-3 months, I started getting into resumes, getting into interviewing candidates, trying to identify people,
Okay.
what is there in the resume, and then I saw people interviewing them. So by that I started picking up skills. Then I found this to be very interesting because it has got a lot of areas where we can explore. And then I started myself, doing it out of interest. So step by step I learned. So that is why I became an accidental HR. I didn't go to any school to do
Okay.
any MBA or
Okay.
HR, MSW,
So
nothing.
not a conventional
Not
HR.
at all, not at all.
Okay.
So then I continued. So this is what I identified as my strength
Okay.
because I was not interested in coding. Coding is boring for me.
Okay.
So I was never fascinated with that, and I was not fascinated to go to US or other places during that time because everybody third person will travel to US.
Was traveling
That is
to
when
US.
I chose this, and this became my career, and I started evolving with technology, and as and when technology changed, we had to get adopted. So that
Nice.
is when that transition happened. So I think today I would have roughly placed about 8,000 plus resources. Today also morning I had a HR discussion where I closed an offer for a candidate.
Okay.
And then I had come for this discussion.
Interesting. So, when you speak about your career, it is more about being an actor, then changing to HR and recruitment, and that too not a conventional HR. So, this is all about risk, right? The transformation, the choice of. Have you ever doubted life choices till date?
No, there was always a doubt. Anything you knew you do, you question yourself. Because at that point of time, it was something where people did not value recruitment. They were thinking recruitment was easy, and it was always kept away from the business part of it. Like when a strategy is done, we are always kept as an outsider. So end of the day, it will come to us, and then we do it. And then everywhere there is always a assumption that it's a very easy job, anybody can do. But there's a lot of emotions and things which goes on behind.
True.
And I did not have any traditional methods of saying that this is what is branding, this is what you have to talk about value of the company, or this is what you need to pitch into the candidate. Everything came naturally for me, and I learned it over the years, everything. And there was no school where I went. Today only we talk about branding, we are talking about content, we are talking about LinkedIn, we are talking about so many things.
True.
I'm talking about a place where I used to see hard copies of resumes and people queuing up in one place where there is a mass hiring going on, be it colleges, be it lateral hires, where people queue up for a Saturday or a Sunday. We used to have about 200 candidates coming in. There still will be no shows because no show is a tradition which is being followed from a long
Way
time.
back.
Whether you're doing online interview or in-person interview, candidates don't turn up. Then their communication skills. Earlier, the resume used to be about 2 pages. You have the basic things because we only target freshers. Then once we started experienced people, then it goes to 2 pages, to 3 pages, 4 pages. Then there used to be a scenario where resume runs for 10 pages.
Oh my God.
But nowadays, people do not have the patience to see the entire resume.
True.
So all these were a part of my learning where every step I used to think through. So when a resume goes in or comes out, why the resume is being rejected? What are the relevant skill the person should have?
Okay.
Which are the key areas the person should mention in the resume? So that was one part of it. Another one is how the technical team interviews a candidate.
Okay.
Which are the areas they will ask questions. So
Okay.
maybe can we add 10% of that to the candidate when we are bringing in the candidate itself, try and cover those areas, so that when they come there, eventually it ends up as a win-win for both the stakeholder and for the candidate.
Got
So
it.
there you talk about your attributes of what is required for the job, more than the job, what you can value add. So everything was a step-by-step process, and I started enjoying the journey. That is why I
Okay.
had taken this.
Okay.
And once you start enjoying the journey, you have to continue. You cannot leave halfway. And
True.
I was not interested in any other line, be it general HR, be it L&D, because everywhere you need people.
Okay.
Only when people are there, you have process, you have
True.
training, everything. Without
True.
people, nothing happens.
True.
So everything depends on your brand ambassador, or the so-called sales people who are recruiters, who can bring in people.
Bring
So
in
that is the
people.
biggest strength and biggest skill any company should have. So if they do not have that, your company doesn't run. Your CEO cannot manage people.
Function. True. So out and out being a recruiter for like how many years now?
24 years and counting.
Counting. 24 years. So in this 24 years you'd have seen a paradigm shift, right, in recruitment. What is the recent changes in the recruitment process pertaining to freshers?
See, pertaining to freshers, I would say, how they look at things. Earlier, freshers were not very confident.
Okay.
The segment earlier was, they used to not open up much. They were very poor communicators. They were not very good with their,
Putting across the thought,
and they were not expressive. So those were some of the things, because the community was very close, and you do not have tools like today what you have to enhance that. But today's candidates, what I see is freshers, they're very clear from the day one what they want. They come fairly equipped with a lot of things, right from tools. They're very, very conversant with all the most of the online tools. You name the AI thing, they'll be familiar. They'll be very good with presentations, because they use Gamma and all that to do a presentation.
True.
And they're very clear on what they want. When they come, they know about the company, they do the research. They will say they want to go into this line. So they have a lot of clarity. We call them as Gen Zs. They bring with they come with a
lot of
certain
clarity,
clear skills. And based on that, they will enhance their this thing, and they'll say, this is what I'm looking for in your company, whether it is hybrid, whether it is remote, whether it is going to be everyday job, and what is in it for me in terms of training. Whether I can learn. So their mind is much more sharper than our generations were. And we need to be in sync with them, otherwise we'll be left out.
True.
And we can't go and advise such people. Again, they don't like advising.
Seriously,
they only
yeah.
like guidance. They like okay, show this way, show that way, rest all they manage.
Yeah, show me the way. I want to do it myself. Don't tell me that step by step எனக்கு இந்த process இதெல்லாம் எனக்கு தேவையில்லை. Just tell me what நான் விழுந்து எந்திரிச்சு நானே வரேன்.
அந்த ஜோன்ல போனீங்கன்னா we become boomers.
True.
We become boring. So we should never get into that zone. So it's better to
not to
don't give advice.
them.
Only they are asking, then you give.
Give the guidance. Okay.
அது கூட கேட்டா தான் சொல்லணும்.
கேட்காமலாம் சொல்லக்கூடாது. In fact, my editor keeps telling me, ma'am, stop talking about Gen Z, but then that's the crowd we are dealing with, that's the crowd we are connecting with, that's the crowd we are addressing also. So one popular thing what we see, as you said, rightly pinpointed, that they have a lot of clarity. Sometimes what happens, they also have the habit of taking risk, right? So they are ready to explore with their career. They are ready to experiment with their career. They come on board, they work for 3 months, and they say, no, this is not my thing. Let me do something else. So how do you perceive this?
No, actually, that is a good thing. Today, if you see, it's an age of startups. நிறைய entrepreneurs வராங்க, startups வராங்க. எல்லாமே காலேஜ்ல இருந்து தான் வராங்க. If you see, they are coming and they get trained in certain things. அப்போ ஒரு புது ஆப் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறாங்க, and they look for funding. They go and express those things in the form of what their app is doing and all that, the features, the product, everything to the people, where there is an ecosystem which is formed. So if you see a lot of these forums which are now coming up, they encourage such people. So they put in different booths, and everything is coming subsidized. The government is also encouraging. So இதெல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, நிறைய பார்க்கும்போது they want to replicate that. So that is why now they are coming more open, they are more communicative. Communication is not English. Again, that is something which is wrongly told. It is more about how you can express yourself.
Putting across your thoughts. It can be in any language. English communication என்றது வேற totally. It is putting across your thoughts.
As long as the other person can understand what you're trying to say. So அந்த விஷயங்கள்ல they are very much aware. And today is the age of entrepreneurs. So அதனால it is very much in line with what a Gen Z wants. And they are getting it. if probably they work for 3 months in a company, அவங்களுக்கு அந்த பசி அந்த இடத்துல வரலைன்னா,
Okay.
there are two ways to look at it. ஒன்னு கம்பெனி வந்து அவங்களை அலைன் பண்ணல,
Okay.
they are not aligning to their thoughts. Second could be because they only want to have 3 months of experience and they want to start something on their own. So
Okay.
there you need two skills. One is they don't have fear, they want to take risk, they love taking risk. That is how people are today. So there's nothing wrong in them doing that, because they are going very much in the trend. That is why you see so many entrepreneurs today coming up, be it in programming, be it building products, be it coming up with the different IPs, be it food business.
Wrong in experimenting.
நிறைய verticals இப்போ வந்ததுனால they want to get it. Like for example, gifts in ஒரு vertical they have started, and there are a couple of people, I can see a lot of competition there. You have experienced people who are programmers who came out and started gift business. Gift in ஒரு verticalே ஆரம்பிச்சு they are tying up with a lot of corporates. So ஒரு தீபாவளி வந்தா gift கொடுக்கணும், அதை எப்படி வந்து டிசைனாக பண்ணணும், என்ன இருக்கிற வெளியில இருக்கிற எல்லா ப்ராடக்ட்டையும் வாங்கி the bundle everything and they give it in a very beautiful this thing. அது வந்து எங்க போய் ரீச் ஆகணும்? Suppose it has to go and reach a remote place, அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ண முடியும்?
That they find ideas, a solution. Solutions basically.
So every business in itself is got a very unique thing. For example, I can relate one more brand, Kolapasi. Kolapasiயோட biggest advantage என்ன? Taste and then order. இந்த மாதிரி வந்து எங்கேயுமே இல்லை. ஸோ புதுசா அவங்க கொண்டாங்க.
One of the pioneer, I should say, Ilya, in the food business, the delivery concept, I think Kolapasi is
more than delivery, I would say cloud kitchen
concept. That's what I meant.
வந்து they don't want to have a
restaurant.
cook இருக்காது, and உங்களுக்கு அதுல உங்களுக்கு operational cost avoid. The same thing is replicated, and all their centralized kitchen land they go on the பொடிலாம் வந்து centralized land.
Correct.
That is saving for them. So இந்த மாதிரி different யோசிச்சு பண்றதுனால தான் வந்து they also prefer. And அவங்களோட இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டார்ட்அப்ஸ்ல இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாரும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா they employ people who are brimming with ideas, who are between the age group of 18 to 25. And today we are all moving towards skill based. ஸோ அதனால உங்களுக்கு காலேஜ் டிகிரி இருந்து தான் நீங்க பண்ணணும்ன்றதுலாம். நான் வந்து படிச்சது பிகாமுக்கும் ஹெச்ஆருக்கும் சம்பந்தமே கிடையாது. எனக்கு எதுல எனக்கு எதுல இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருந்ததோ அதுல போனேன், பிகாஸ் ஐ எம் வெரி ஃபாண்ட் ஆஃப் பீப்புள், ஐ நெட்வொர்க். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஹெச்ஆருக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஸ்கில்ஸ்.
That's what you said, network is the net worth, right?
Correct. I don't believe in collecting cards. Cards வச்சு நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன்? நான் வந்து 100 ஈவென்ட் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணேன். ஃபேண்டாஸ்டிக், எனக்கு எல்லாரையும் தெரியும், வெரி குட். How are you? Had food? நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? சாப்பிட்டீங்களா? அதுக்கப்புறம் வாட் நெக்ஸ்ட்னா ஒண்ணுமே இருக்காது. But when there is a value, that is where your net worth will come. So every event you go, you have to create an impact. So you always talk about creating this impact, right? So this impact thing is more about branding, and I think you also have a lot of your views and ideas on branding, basic self branding, right? More I would say personal branding. Personal branding can always give 3-4 areas of how it can affect the other person. One வந்து you are not doing any forced this thing. It is not about chasing people. It is about what you do as a profession or as a service, where how long you can be authentic. So as long as your authenticity is there and you are consistent with whatever you're doing and it relates to the outside world with a lot of sincerity, that is what is going to create an impact. So as long as that image is continuously maintained, you will continue to create impact. So if you see all those people who are a genuine impactors, they will all have one skill, very very key. One is they'll be very honest, they'll be 120% sincere, and what they are inside is what it will reflect
project out.
So they will not have
no double standards,
no split personalities. ஒரே personality தான் இருப்பாங்க. நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க, அந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லலாம். ரஜினிகாந்த் is one impact. I would call them also disruptors. So impact people are also disruptors. So I would like to be a disruptor for the coming organization. So adukku I am trying to get into that zone and bring all my experience and project that part. அது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். இல்லைன்னா வந்து we are also part of the crowd. நானும் வருவேன், I will also clap my hands. Okay, the movie was good. My food is always good. Okay, some people I ask, right, they say that he's a good communicator. Okay, good communicator. Okay, ஒரு நல்ல லிசனரா, நல்ல டாக்கரா, how does he articulate well? Is he empathetic? Is he enterprising? இதெல்லாம் தான் கம்யூனிகேஷன். It's just not about talking.
True. Everybody thinks communication வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு நான் நான் பேசுறேன் அவங்க கேட்குறாங்க இதுதான் கம்யூனிகேஷன் பட் ஆஸ் யூ split it up just
அது
now
அது மாதிரி அது இங்கிலீஷ் கிடையாது, அது வேற இன்னொரு இது. So
அதுவும்
it's not
இருக்கு
about
right.
English, it's
Only
about
English.
how powerful whatever you are trying to say impacts the other person. அதே மாதிரி நீங்க பேசும்போது ஒவ்வொரு விஷயமும் வந்து you should bring a change to the other person. That is what is communication.
So the takeaway is very important. The end result is very important when you communicate.
Ama.
That's what you mean to say. So when you talk about this disruption, right? You want to be called as a disruptor. Is there any 101 rule, 101 rule book where it says, okay, this is how you can turn yourself
Yeah,
into
it is
disruptor?
actually no, it is not, it's never planned. First thing, they don't plan. I've never seen any disruptor planning.
Okay.
Second thing is they love what they do. They are more than 100% in what they do. You see your common personalities, they are more than 100% and they are always a giver. இந்த மூணு ஆட்டிடியூடும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய இந்த டிஸ்ரப்டர்ஸ்க்கு இருக்கிற காமன் ஸ்கில் அண்ட் தே ஹாவ் அ மேஜர் திங், தே ஃபோக்கஸ். ஒரு ஃபோக்கஸ் இருக்கும், தேவையில்லாத விஷயங்கள்லாம் தே டோன்ட் ஃபோக்கஸ். ஸோ 99% ஆஃப் த டைம் தே டைக்ரஸ் தேர் ஃபோக்கஸ். தே ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆன் ஒன் திங். அண்ட் செகண்ட் இஸ் டெய்லி இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட். நான் இன்னைக்கு வந்து ஓகே
கன்சிஸ்டன்சி,
இன்னைக்கு நான் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டோரி வந்து கண்டென்ட்டாக போடுறேன் நான் லிங்க்டின்ல, ஓகே நாளைக்கு நான் பாட்காஸ்ட் பண்ணுறேன், நாளைக்கு புக்கு பண்ணுறேன், நாளைக்கு நான் வந்து ஐ எம் லிசனிங் டு லாட் ஆஃப் பாட்காஸ்ட். ஐ எம் இம்ப்ரூவிங் மை செல்ஃப் டெய்லி. ஆமாம், இன்னைக்கு நான் எவ்வளோ சேல்ஸ் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணேன் வேலையில், இன்னைக்கு எந்த கஸ்டமரை ஐ இம்பேக்டட் ஸோ தட் ஐ கேன் ரீடைன் இம். இன்னைக்கு நான் எந்த டீம் மெம்பரை வந்து நான் வந்து லஞ்சுக்கு எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணேன், ஹவு டு ஐ பில்ட் அ ரேப்போ. ஸோ எவ்ரி டே தே கீப் கான்ஸ்டன்ட்லி working towards those zones. That is why it's called work in progress, daily improvement. Third important thing is value time. Give time the time. ஒரே நாளில் you cannot become Obama, you can only become Upma. You have to give time the time. Any personality, be it A.R. Rahman, be it Sachin Tendulkar, be it Dhoni, be it Rajinikanth, எல்லாரும் gave time. They went through the process. ரஜினிகாந்த் வந்து 50 years சூப்பர் ஸ்டாராக இருக்கார். டுடே 75 years. அவர் முன்னாடி ஒரு ப்ரொடியூசர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, கதை சொல்ல எவ்வளோ பேருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஜோன் கிடைக்கும், அது நெக்ஸ்ட் டு இம்பாசிபிள். அவங்க கிட்டேருந்து வர பாயிண்டர்ஸ் தான் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கிறது. ஸோ ஹவு டு யூ டிஃபைன் அ ஜீனியஸ்? ஃபோக்கஸ் ப்ளஸ் டெய்லி இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் ப்ளஸ் டைம் ஈக்குவல்ஸ் ஜீனியஸ். இன்னைக்கு பார்த்தா எல்லா சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் பீப்புளும் இந்த ஃபார்முலா தான் ஃபாலோ பண்ணுறாங்க. இந்த ஃபார்முலா பண்ணலைன்னா யூ கேன் நாட் பி சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல். By default, if you see anybody, this particular thing will really fit into them. So இது மாதிரி பண்ணோம்னா automatically impact will take care of itself. It's only a byproduct. If I'm earning good money, as and when I develop my skills, I go and create more opportunities for myself. Money becomes a byproduct of the entire this thing. Money is not main. So somebody is, for example, ஒருத்தவன் தான் வேலைக்கு வரான், எனக்கு வந்து 50% hike வேணும். He is already putting his skill set down. ஆனால் இதே ரிவர்ஸில் பண்ணணும்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, இல்லை நீங்கள் என்ன இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணுங்கள், என் ஸ்கில்ஸை பார்த்துட்டு தென் யூ கம் பேக் அண்ட் டெல் மீ வாட் இஸ் யுவர் பெனிஃபிட்ஸ், வாட் இஸ் தட் ஐ கேன் வேல்யூ அட் தேர், தென் வி கேன் டாக் அபவுட் காம்பன்சேஷன் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர். இஸ் மோர் அ பெட்டர் வே ஆஃப் புட்டிங் இட் தென் ஸ்ட்ரைட் அவே கோயிங் இன் டு சிடிசி. எனக்கு இவ்வளோ வந்தால் தான் நான் வருவேன், இவ்வளோ கம்மியாக இருந்தால் வரமாட்டேன் அப்படின்னா யூ ஆர் க்ளோசிங் யுவர் ஓன் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் அண்ட் யூ ஆர் நாட் அலோவிங் த அதர் பர்சன் டு டிஸ்கஸ். இல்லையா? ஸோ அது மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது how will you see the next level, how will you evolve? You're not giving yourself. இப்போ நான் ஒரு ஈவெண்ட் போகாமல் நான் வீட்டிலே உட்காந்துட்டு ஐ வாண்ட் டு க்ரோனா, யூ cannot grow. You can maximum go to the next room, அங்கே போகலாம், உங்களுக்குள்ளே பேசிக்கலாம். பட் இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு க்ரோ, that's what I define luck also. Luck will only be with people who create opportunities for themselves. நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் அவங்க கிரியேட் பண்ண luck will be there with them. Luck will be there with people who are hard working. Luck will never be with people who are going to not take opportunity. If you're not taking any opportunities, if you're not creating, if you're not grabbing, then you're never going to be lucky. நீ லக்கி இருக்கா இல்லைன்றது அந்த ஜோன்ல போனாதான் தெரியும், அங்கே ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் பண்ணாதான் தெரியும். இல்லைன்னா இங்கேயே உட்காந்ததுன்னா you will never be able to test it. So I say there is nothing called luck for people who truly deserve it. இதுக்கு கரெக்டான டெஃபினேஷன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அஜித், இது கரெக்டான டெஃபினேஷன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரஜினிகாந்த். It actually fits them. There is nothing called luck for who truly destined for that.
Got it. So when you talk about this points, you talk as if like there's a design one has to create, right? So is it that this design or this formula, all these things are created or done by people who are already successful and they just want to level up? Only for those people, அந்த மாதிரி ஆளுங்களா இல்ல ஒரு ஃப்ரெஷர் in the market இப்பதான் உள்ள என்டர் பண்றாப்ல ஒரு ஜென்சியே எடுத்துக்கணும், ஒரு ஃப்ரெஷர் ஹூஸ் என்ட்ரிங் 26 பாசிங் அவுட் பேட்ச்லேருந்து வரப்போகிற ஒரு பிள்ளை, இல்லை ஒரு 25ல ஹூ ஹஸ் ஜஸ்ட் என்டர்ட் இன் டு அ கார்பரேட். அவங்க இஃப் தே ஹாவ் டு டிசைன் திஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் pathway for them, what would be the roadmap?
There's only common ஒரே ஒரு பதில் தான் அதுக்கு இருக்கு, which is a common this thing between them and
okay,
அவனுக்கு அதே 24 hours தான், இவங்களுக்கும் அதே
24 hours தான்.
இவனுக்கு 48 hours இல்லை, அவங்களுக்கு 48 hours இல்லை. That is one. Second thing is discipline. If you see everybody who is in that names which you mentioned, they are all 100% disciplined. அவங்களோட கான்ஷியஸ்க்கு they are 100% sincere and discipline and consistency is what will reach you to that. So if you follow that formula, whether you're a youngster or mid-level or the people who are coming out of college, இது மூணுமே கான்ஷியஸாக பண்ணணும். இப்போ காலையில் எழுந்தியா, I do 1 hour of studying, I do 10 minutes of reading or studying or reading, then I do one hour of walking or exercise. You are giving a physical body importance, then you give your mental thing importance, then you do breathing exercise just to keep yourself this thing. So when you have that mental, physical and spiritual discipline, then automatically your physical needs are taken care of,
okay,
which could be your career, which could be your path towards where you want to go, and you are doing your daily process correctly. ஒரு நிமிஷம் இல்லை, ஒரு 10 நிமிஷம் நீங்கள் நடக்கிறீங்க, into 365 days எவ்வளோ ஆச்சு?
Okay,
10 minutes a day into 365 days, you have one sizable accumulation,
yeah,
right?
true,
so that
true,
way it's going to benefit your health. Same way, if I eat 100 calories less per day, so what happens 365 days?
365 days, true.
It comes down, right? அதே மாதிரி 10 minutes if I read, how many books will I finish in 365 days? ஒரு 60 book 70 book படிக்கலாமா? இதுதான் daily
consistency
practice,
matters,
yeah, and accumulation. And 6 o'clock if you have to get up now, come what may, whether it is tsunami or anything, you get up at 6 and you continue your process. Same like
discipline.
that is a Gen Z person who wants to achieve certain things, he has to be 100% focused on that. அது focus இருந்ததுன்னா he will leave out all the 99%. இங்க புது கார் வந்திருக்கு, இங்க புது மூவி ரிலீஸ் ஆயிருக்கு, இன்னைக்கு இந்த பப்பு போகலாமா, அது பண்ணலாமா, இது பண்ணலாமான்றதெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு he is able to focus on that. He is channelizing his thing for a larger goal. Paadi time they have a lot of distractions. So the biggest disruptor for them is distractions. So on the distractions irundhuna, they will not be able to achieve that goal.